Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Tuesday. Glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message. Pennies on the table. As happens on just about every day. Saw something on Facebook that I liked. See stuff I like. I see stuff I don't like. This story was about a waitress working the graveyard shift, and a group of teenagers came in. Her first thought was they were loud, they were annoying. They ordered water and one order of French fries. And she's irritated. She's got rent to pay. Here they are. These teens are just going to come in. They're going to be loud. They're going to take up a space in my station. And they ordered fries, nothing else. She overhears them talking. One is saying that he can't chip in because he doesn't get paid until Friday, but he'll make good on Friday. Another one says, "It's okay. I've got it." He said, "I'm sleeping in my car anyway." These kids weren't partying. They were barely hanging on. She goes back to the table and gives them food that she accidentally ordered. She said, "Well, I'll just have to throw it out. So why don't you go ahead and take it?" And they do. They're happy to have it. And then she notices that they're all eating like they haven't eaten in a while. They finish eating, and then they left a pile of coins on the table. It was $1.45. And she realized that that was probably every bit of money they had. And she said that she keeps those coins stacked up neatly on her nightstand as a reminder that she shouldn't judge other people so quickly. And here's the other side. Graduation night, my senior year. A group of my friends and I went out to a restaurant, and we overhear the waitress say, "Great. Teenagers never tip." She made a decision about us before we ever looked at the menu. She was a good server, though, so we tipped about 17%. But we made a point. We tipped her completely in coins. Just so happened that one of us had a jug of pennies and dimes and nickels, but mostly pennies in our vehicle. So that's what we tipped. We tipped almost completely in pennies. We stacked them up, and we left a note that said, "Here is a good-sized tip from the teenagers that you didn't want to serve. We heard what you said. Thank you." And that's two different tables. Assumptions were made at both of them, two different responses. Yeah, we answered with a message. We answered with a little bit of malicious compliance and a message, hey, be better. Now, take this into the workplace. It shows up often. A boss underestimates you. A coworker questions your effort. Leadership assumes that your team is not going to deliver. So you comply exactly, technically, precisely. But maybe you stop caring about the outcome. That's malicious compliance. It's pennies on the table. You did what was required. You made your point, and you reinforced exactly what they already believed. But you did it in such a way that you're not going to get in trouble. You're sending a message. It can teach a lesson once. Don't do it more than once, because if it becomes your pattern, then you're not teaching anymore. You're just building a reputation for being, well, a pain in the you-know-what. And you don't want that reputation. So make a point, make it once, clear, intentional, memorable, but then move on and be better. Because the long game's not about winning the moment. It's about controlling the narrative that follows you around. Yes, malicious compliance makes a point. But if you own it as a professional, it will change the narrative. So know the difference and use it wisely. And that's today's Red Mic message. Hope you found it interesting or helpful. Hope you're able to use some of these things in place in your own life. I hope that you will give me a like, a follow, and a share. A few other things. Got a text last night from probably the friend in my life that I have known longer than anybody else, a guy named Victor. Victor and I have been friends since kindergarten. Both went to McGahey Elementary. I can only think of one other person that I still have contact with from kindergarten. She has 3 names. Actually, she has 4. She has a married name on top of her 3 names. She said for our entire life, she always knew it was me because I'm the only person that called her all 3 names. Her name was Bonnie Bell Britt. She's now Bonnie Bell Britt McCreary, but anyway, she's got a flower shop in Wichita Falls. Anyway, Victor was in town and texted me, and so shout out to my buddy Victor. And it was nice to hear from somebody on the day before my birthday. Today is my birthday. I got to tell you, say what you want about social media. And my friend Kevin McCarthy, he's now retired, but former broadcaster from the Dallas Fort Worth area, he said, say what you want about social media. There is no doubt that it will make you feel like a rock star on your birthday. And he's right. Here it is, 7:15 or so this morning. It's when I'm recording this anyway. And I've already had like 25 people wish me a happy birthday just on Facebook. I haven't looked on any of the other socials. So yeah, it'll make you feel like a rock star on your birthday. It's going to be a fun week. Birthday today. Tomorrow, my younger son, his wedding rehearsal is tomorrow, and then getting married on Thursday. It's a great day. It's a great week. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for letting me share part of my goings on with you. Thanks for listening again. I love you guys so very much. Go out and have a great day. Go knock the cover off the ball. I know you can do it. You have to know that you can do it too. So go do it. I'll see you next time. And until next time, don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.